COVID-19 pandemic has had a profound impact on the world. This pandemic has caused devastation regarding everything from health and jobs to the stability of the economy. One insight that should be addressed is the vaccine. This gives us the responsibility we have as individuals to stop the spread of COVID, regardless of the people who are against this mandate. The vaccine has brought more positive effects and closer to worldwide immunity.
Many of you already know about COVID-19. The 2020 pandemic made us all experts on it. The virus is a respiratory disease which is highly transmissible. COVID-19 caused 10% of all deaths in 2020, and that's 10% of 3.4 million. It's a lot. This is one of the biggest surges in deaths since the flu pandemic in 1918. And the Delta variant of COVID, which is the more recent addition to the COVID virus, is 40 to 60% more transmissible. That's about 1,000 times more transmissible than COVID-19. The transmission of COVID and it infecting the population allows for the virus to evolve. As more people get infected, the virus can mutate and grow more deadly. This is why we need to be vaccinated. Vaccines help to protect us against the virus, and they go through a rigorous testing process. There are 7 testing stages in order to get a vaccine out onto the market. The first 3 are mainly just testing, like clinical trials, as well as if they don't work or they fail one of those tests, they go back to the drawing board and start over. And then once it gets through that, it goes to the approved stage, which then is still in just a little bit more testing, but then they start giving it to the population. After which it gets approved and then is accepted for wide use.
And as Michael was stating, this vaccine very much helps our community and really tries to keep us safe. And it prevents us from getting many serious and potentially deadly diseases, no matter what age range from whether you're just a small child to even adults. Many families and parents, however, are misinformed by the anti-vaccine stories, which more than often are not based on scientific evidence. In fact, the process, as Michael stated, are where the vaccines undergo very rigorous and safety tests before they begin introduced into the public. You may be left with a sore arm or be sick for 2 to 3 days, but that pain is very much temporary. And overall, it is proven to reduce or even get rid of some diseases if enough people are vaccinated. And I know safety is one of the many things that people are concerned with. However, this vaccine teaches you to teach your immune system to learn through this vaccine and by catching these diseases and treating them. It will benefit your whole community overall, and if enough people get it, there will be herd immunity, which basically makes it harder for the diseases to spread to other people who can't get the vaccines, to people who are older, or people who have lower immune systems or weak immune systems. So anyone can report side effects to the MHRA or through the yellow card scheme, or you can check in with your GP or practice nurse. And just overall, through this last year, I know everyone just wants to get outside, and through this vaccine, we can help keep our community safe.
And then here is a diagram. This shows in a little population size comparing 20% vaccinated to 95% vaccinated. As you can see, as we go through, many people in the 95% vaccinated population, there's not as many infected. And then most people with the vaccine, even though they're infected, they will be able to fight it off. In the 20% vaccinated, a lot more people have been infected. And out of all of them, most people, or a good amount of people compared to the 95% vaccinated, will be hospitalized for serious illness. And with this population size of people being infected, that could be a loved one or a friend. And I'm sure that we don't want that to happen. We don't wanna have to see our friends or family members in the hospital with COVID.
Right, and with herd immunity, that'll make it more easier to help get less people hospitalized.
Although the vaccine has negative effects on certain individuals, the benefit of being vaccinated outweighs the risk of the symptoms that have been categorized by receiving the vaccine. The consolation of having a nation safer from a pandemic towers over the risks that may be involved. Together we can overcome this pandemic and do our part to make sure we are safe.